мне и вроде бы соперник есть, в принципе. Надо
Yeah, I believe there's worthy opponent available. I'm ready to save the card too, if it's for the interim belt. And I believe Usman is the worthy opponent who's also probably going to be ready to jump in, to face me.
Is there any talks of this happening? Is there any talks of keeping him on the card and fighting someone like Usman for an interim title?
Yeah, right now negotiation is going on, and obviously there's talking. I don't know if they're talking to someone else, but I'm sure they offered Kamaru too.
I looked at the Conor situation like it was something that we chased, and we followed the path for a while. I had a lot of securities and conversations going on behind the scenes that the media, the fans, the people didn't really know. So I knew the fight was eventually going to get booked. It did get booked. I was training for it, excited for it. The rug gets pulled out from under me a couple weeks before, but I've been here before. I've been here numerous times. Guys have pulled out of fights. So it's I felt sorry for myself for a couple days, packed everything up here in Florida, drained my cold plunge, unplugged everything, locked my door, flew home, licked my wounds for a couple days, and then got back on the horse and continued to train, because I knew either the fight with Conor was going to be rebooked pretty quick or it wasn't, and I was going to go fight someone else. And now here we are, this opportunity, huge opportunity against Charles Oliveira, #1 contender fight. Co-main event, 5 rounds on the John Jones versus Stipe at Madison Square Garden, the world's most iconic arena. It's not the Conor fight, but if you could think of a next best thing, this is definitely it, and now we're working toward the title.
I gotta sit down with the coaches. I gotta talk with the team. My health always comes first. But, personally, if I got to choose a timeline, International Fight Week. I would love to be back on the 9th Island in Vegas. Huge fight card is International Fight Week all the time. She's there at that moment, I don't know who's going to be available at that time, but ideally, International Fight Week, Las Vegas, big fight card. Making my return back to 155. And, with me being ranked at 55 is great. Hopefully I can fight somebody in front of me. We get a big win, who knows? We might be knocking on another title fight at 155, at lightweight. So at the end of the day, all I got to do is take care of myself, take care of my health, control what I can control, get my body not physically but mentally ready too. The BMF title is a 155 title. So if it's the BMF title with someone, so be it. If it's a #1 contender fight for 155, so be it. Whatever UFC wants to throw at me, whatever Dana White hunted them want.
Coloque na tela aí o que ele fez com o Khalil doente. Aí, Mítico. O cara ficou com...
É foda.
É foda, né?
Esse quarto round eu tava dando uns jab e tava machucando a minha mão, cara, te juro. E aí eu falava assim, caramba, velho, pô, minha mão deve estar quebrada, tipo assim. Até hoje dói, eu apertar, né? Normal assim não, mas se eu vim no ponto aqui, dói, né? Machucou.
De tanto bater.
E aí eu dando uns jab, eu vi que os jab estavam funcionando, eu falei, pô, tem que machucar. E pô, eu pegava no meio da cabeça assim, velho, uma das partes mais duras, né? E aí, pô, machucando, eu falei.
Se amassou, rapaz.
Que isso? Ó.
Have you heard the narrative of people saying, why is Stipe getting this fight? Like, why are we seeing John and Stipe? What do you say to the critics who say, like, it should be Aspinall, it should not be Stipe?
It was my choice. It's a fight I wanted. UFC gave it to me. They didn't have to. They gave it to me.
Would you consider John Jones the quote unquote toughest matchup, or the you know, maybe the hardest puzzle to solve just because of who John Jones is?
Oh yeah, sure, I guess. But I think every fight you're hardest fight because it's a new guy, it's a different style. Because yeah, one fight you're fighting, I say I was fighting Francis, the next fight I was fighting DC. I mean, it's like totally different. You know, 180, and so it just depends. I think every fight you're hardest fighting, you know, definitely everyone has a puzzle you guys got to figure it. Everyone has tendencies, you got to figure them out.
Someone could submit him. I will be the first one to submit him. And
any specific submission?
Now I heard some love from some idiots, but it's gonna happen.
Well, to be the first one to submit Islam, it's a big thing to throw out there. But I don't know. Let's see if the fight happens first. You know, somewhere down the line, and I don't know. It's from what I hear, you know, that you know, you guys actually reported it, that his coach said that he submits everybody and he beats everybody and everything. Well, maybe he's that confident because what he does over there, but what's the quality of opponents he's doing it to? I mean, I don't know that. I mean, you come into Dagestan and you're submitting everybody there, then we can talk. But if you're doing it at home, you're not doing it with the B-star at the Amadou Nop's gym, then I don't know if that's going to happen. You're going to have to be a pretty big beast in Abdulmanap gym to do something to Islam. I've never seen it.
If I'm not mistaken, the only person to submit Islam is Habib.
Yeah, the only other person that I've ever seen do anything to Islam is Habib. He's the only one. Islam wrecks everybody. Just like Habib did, Islam's the same way.
Para Islam yo represento un estilo que él sabe que lo vencería. Él sabe porque yo conozco muy bien de dónde él viene. Cuando era pequeño y participaba en los campeonatos de la lucha grecorromana, he compartido muchos campeonatos con muchos daguestaníes. Sé cómo funciona su proceso de pensamiento, sé su nivel de técnica, su nivel de fuerza, sé qué es lo que les molesta, qué es lo que no les molesta. Los conozco muy bien. Entonces, para mí, yo te lo digo, aunque parezca una pelea muy difícil, lo haría sufrir muchísimo a Islam, demasiado. Soy un tipo que tiene una preparación física impecable, que en el quinto asalto estoy igual que en el primero y represento una amenaza en cualquier segundo del combate. Un estilo al que nunca jamás en la vida Islam se ha enfrentado ni jamás se va a enfrentar, a no ser que se enfrente a mí. Entonces yo por eso digo que es que ahora mismo no hay nadie que me pueda hacer sombra.
A 35-year-old woman has filed a civil lawsuit against Conor McGregor and his friend James Lawrence, alleging they sexually assaulted her in a Dublin hotel 6 years ago. Nikita Nilimhin, a hair colorist from Drimna, claims that the UFC fighter put her in a chokehold, after which she subjected herself to what was about to happen. Her lawyer informed the jury that this case is not a criminal trial, but a civil action focused on vindication and compensation. According to her lawyer, after attending her work, Miss Nilimhin contacted McGregor, who invited her and a friend to a penthouse suite at the Beacon Hotel. En route, they picked up James Lawrence, the second named defendant. Neil Lehman claims that McGregor had a bag of cocaine, which was shared between McGregor, herself, and James Lawrence. When they reached the penthouse, McGregor tried to persuade her to perform a sex act, which she refused. She alleges he then pinned her on the bed and placed her in an arm lock until she could no longer resist. At one point, Conor remarked, "Now you know what it was like to be in the octagon when I went down 3 times." The court heard that she later went to the sexual assault treatment unit at the Rotunda Hospital, described as an absolute wreck, constantly weeping and in pain. A jury of 4 men and 8 women was sworn in on Tuesday morning to hear the case, which is expected to last 2 weeks.
What did you think of him at heavyweight when that's fight with Cyril Gane?
I was right there. I was front row for the win. I didn't see much because he didn't go that long. But he did everything he was supposed to and got the win. As long as I go to the game plan, listen, and we'll be good. But I think every fight you're always fighting because it's a new guy, it's a different style. I think every fight you're always fighting, definitely everyone has a puzzle you guys got to figure it. Everyone has tendencies you got to figure it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.